Welcome back to Metabolism Matters. Today, we are talking about something that affects almost every aspect of your energy, your weight, and your long-term health. Sugar. And no, sugar is not simply bad. The truth is much more interesting and much more important, especially if you're over 40. Your body actually needs sugar. Glucose is the preferred fuel source for your muscles, your brain, and your entire metabolic system. The problem is not that sugar exists. The problem is how your body handles it as you age. So let's break this down in a simple way. When you eat sugar, or any carbohydrate that turns into sugar, your blood glucose rises. In response, your pancreas releases a hormone called insulin. Insulin acts like a key. It opens your cells so glucose can enter and be used for energy. Now imagine each cell in your body as a small room with a locked door. After 40, those doors start to get a little rusty. They become harder to open. Insulin has to work harder, and sometimes it doesn't work well at all. This is what we call insulin resistance. It is one of the main reasons weight gain becomes easier, and fat loss becomes harder after midlife. When your cells do not respond well to insulin, the pancreas produces even more insulin to force glucose inside. The problem is that high insulin levels send a message to your body: store fat, especially around the abdomen. This is why belly fat becomes so common after 40, even in people who do not eat huge amounts of sugar. And there is another piece to this: the blood sugar spike and crash. When you eat something sugary, your blood sugar rises fast. Insulin responds fast. Sometimes it responds too much. That leads to a crash. And what happens when you crash? You feel tired, hungry, irritable, and you crave more sugar. It becomes a cycle. Every one of those spikes also increases inflammation. This is low-grade inflammation that builds up slowly over time. It affects your blood vessels, your hormones, and your mitochondria, which are the tiny engines that produce energy inside your cells. When inflammation rises, mitochondrial function drops. And when mitochondria slow down, your metabolism slows down. You feel it as fatigue, weight gain, and slower recovery. After 40, several things make all of this even easier to trigger. You lose some muscle. Hormones shift. Sleep becomes lighter or shorter. Stress increases. And inflammation rises. These factors combined make your body less efficient at controlling blood sugar, even if your diet has not changed. Now, let's talk about the types of sugar. There are three main ones: glucose, fructose, and sucrose. Glucose is used directly for energy. Sucrose is table sugar, which is half glucose and half fructose. Fructose, which is found in fruit and also in high fructose corn syrup, is processed mainly in the liver. In small amounts, it is completely fine. In large amounts, it becomes fat much more easily, especially liver fat. This is one of the reasons fatty liver disease is now extremely common. There is also a big difference between the sugar in whole foods and the sugar in processed foods. When you eat fruit, the fiber slows down the absorption, and the nutrients protect your metabolism. When you drink soda or fruit juice, there is no fiber. Sugar hits your bloodstream instantly. Liquid sugar is one of the fastest ways to spike insulin and overwhelm your system. Hidden sugars are everywhere: yogurt, bread, sauces, cereals, coffee drinks, protein bars. Even foods marketed as healthy often contain high amounts of added sugar. Reading labels becomes essential if you want to control your metabolism. But here's the good news: you can dramatically improve your relationship with sugar without cutting it out completely. Let's talk about practical steps. Step 1. Move your muscles. Even a 10-minute walk after a meal lowers the blood sugar spike significantly. Your muscles act like sponges that soak up glucose. This is one of the simplest habits you can add to your life. Step 2. Increase protein. When you start your meals with protein, your blood sugar rises more slowly. You feel full for longer, and your cravings decrease. This is one of the easiest ways to stabilize insulin. Step 3. Reduce refined carbohydrates. You do not have to eliminate them, but lowering the amount you eat in one sitting helps your body manage glucose more effectively. Step 4. Improve sleep. One night of poor sleep increases insulin resistance the next day. Getting better sleep means better blood sugar control. Step 5. Manage stress. Cortisol, the stress hormone, raises blood sugar. Lowering stress helps lower both cortisol and insulin. Step 6. Reduce sugary drinks. This single change has a huge impact. Cutting soda, sweetened coffee drinks, and fruit juice help stabilize your metabolism faster than most people expect. Your body is not working against you. It is trying to protect you. When you understand how sugar interacts with your metabolism, you can make small changes that lead to big improvements in energy, weight control, and long-term health. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more science-based guidance designed specifically for your metabolism after 40.